Hi friends, this is Ray, and this is my observation hive. And today in this video, I'm going to take this outside and do my first spring inspection. Now, a couple of things about this video that you might find interesting as we go through this today. First of all, this is a hive that I do not inspect very often. It's not a honey production hive. I don't raise queens out of it, nothing. It is just simply for teaching purposes. Students come by, customers come by to be able to see the bees. It doesn't get inspected that often. It doesn't get treated for mites that often either, for the very same reasons. It's kind of a hassle to take apart and work. And again, I don't have really high lofty goals for this hive. However, in the springtime, I just need to make sure that I set them back enough to where they don't swarm and get too crowded. But even if they did, it doesn't really matter too much to me, as you'll see in the video. In today's video, I drop a frame of bees, trying to get one of the frames out of here. I didn't find my queen, and then all of a sudden I found her isolated all by herself. And then I basically did a walk-away split where I took several frames of brood, young larvae out of here and put them into a nuke box, because this hive was starting to explode. Just way, way, way too much brood for a container this small. No option to expand it. So I hope you'll stick around today and join me as I do a spring inspection on my observation hive. Let's inspect my observation hive. This hive has not been opened up since, well, I don't even actually know when. It's been quite a while. I can tell right here, looking at the top, this is full of brood, full of nectar, nectar, nectar. So this side is pretty plugged out. Probably gonna have to try to set this hive back a little. Keep them from swarming. Although I don't really care if they swarm, to be honest with you. This is just a hive that I have in my teaching room when I teach bee classes. I've been inspecting my other hives. I hope I have enough smoke left for this project. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw some swarm cells in here. So I'm gonna look really carefully for that today. This frame, this holds 12 medium frames, which is not a lot. So we got a full frame of brood up here at the top, nectar, nectar, and this is filled with nectar as well. And we got young larvae here on the sides. So she's definitely been laying. Let's see, we got hatching brood on this side, full frame of brood on this side. This is just a queen cup, it's not a queen cell. So I'll set that frame down on the ground for a minute. Another frame of brood. This is way too much brood for this small of a hive that I have. Oh my. Okay, so I really need to try to find this queen, because I'm gonna have to split this hive. Because look, this is a whole nother frame of brood right here. These bees are super calm. This is actually one of my nicest hives. This queen is marked. She's got a blue marking on her. And let's see, we've got, found a swarm cell. I probably would just use that for the split here. This hive is not the simplest hive to get into. Really don't hardly even need smoke on these girls. They're very calm. These are always so tricky to get out. Full sheet of brood here. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And same thing there. So let me see if I find her. I don't see any swarm cells. But really, I mean, this is all the brood that they need, because this is not a honey production hive. So I'm gonna set this hive way back. Just let them make a new queen. This is full of honey. This is full of pollen. This is only 3 deep, so this is as far as I need to go. So I'm looking for a frame. Since I don't see any swarm cells here, look at all this drone brood up here. By the way, this is a good way to check for mites. When they build this drone brood, you can kind of use it to see, because the drones prefer the mites prefer the drone brood. And so you can kind of, I don't see any mites there, although this hive probably is my least treated hive, just because they're a little bit more difficult to work with. Just looking for this queen because I'd like to know where she's at before I split this hive. And I'd also like to find some, okay, this has some very young larvae in it right here, this frame. This would be a very good frame to make sure I use in this split, because I see some eggs and some day-old larvae. So let me try to get this out. There we go. Sorry, girls. Oh no, that is not what I wanted to have happen. Just gonna look really carefully for my queen, which I don't see her. Okay, so you can see there's very young larvae in here. So this will definitely be part of the split. All right, so now I'm gonna look really carefully for my queen, because drop that frame, and I would just like to know where she's at before I split this hive, although it's not the end of the world. I don't find her. Well, I don't see her, but it's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a nuke box for this split, and then I'm going to put some new empty medium frames in here to give them some more room. Okay, so I've got a nuke box. A little hard for me to show you this on the ground, but I'm going to go ahead and just take one more peek for her. Okay, so this is the frame with the really young larva. So I'm definitely going to use, oh, look, there is my queen. Oh my goodness. All right, let me pick her up and put her right here. Okay, she is now safe. Okay, now that gives me a lot of freedom. So I always keep my eye out for that queen. Just never know where she's at, because now I can shake some of these other bees into this split. Boy, I'm so glad I found her, because now I don't have to worry about shaking her where I don't want her to be or anything. All right, that's gonna set them back quite a bit, which is gonna be good for them as far as space is concerned. All right, so this is going to be my split. I've got a frame that has very young larvae on it that they can make a queen from. If that doesn't work, I've got some queens coming, so I may just give them a queen cell, I don't know. But I've got 3 frames of brood. I put some bees in here. I've got an empty frame, and so I'm really good to go here. I don't go in here that much, so it's always my chance to get everything cleaned up a little bit. All right, now for all the bees that are left out here, what I do is I get my blower I'll show you where they actually go in. You can see that they're accumulating pretty heavy right here, right? So my last step is to just blow all these bees out into the yard so that they can fly back to their entrance. You can see here where I have two valves, one for the outside and then one also to keep the bees inside the observation hive. Those two valves slide together and are held together with a cotter pin so that they don't come apart if somebody bumps the observation hive.
Hi, my name is Ray. I'm a certified master beekeeper, and I put together a video course that I call Ray's Ultimate Beginner's Beekeeping Course. In it, I go over so many of the essential things that you need to be successful and honestly, to make your first year of beekeeping really sweet. Did you see what I did there? We go over all of the basics that you need to know to be successful in your beekeeping journey. How to buy equipment, how to buy bees, how to set up your hive, where to set up your hive, various types of hives, bee biology, nutritional needs of your hives, dealing with different pests that are going to wreak havoc or try to destroy your hive in the first year, and so much more. As a matter of fact, my bee course has over 40 lessons, as well as a bunch of bonus material that I've added on to some of the lessons to give you a thorough education. It is a complete guide to try to lay a good foundation of beekeeping so that you're not just learning through a random rabbit trail of YouTube videos. It's organized, it's comprehensive, and it will give you a reference to be able to go back to time and time again when you have questions. My goal is to give you confidence in your beekeeping journey. You'll know what you're looking at when you're inside your hive. You'll know how to tackle some of the common problems. And most of all, I'm going to address how to avoid the major mistakes that I see beginning beekeepers make over and over and over again, which leads ultimately to them being discouraged, their hives being lost, and them quitting. Statistics show that 80% of beekeepers that get started quit in the first 2 years. And most of that is because they just make these same mistakes over and over again. So let's stop the guesswork. Let's approach our beekeeping with confidence. And you can do so today by getting started. Head over to my website at www.honeytopbees.com and check out my ultimate beekeeping course and use my name, Ray, at checkout for a generous discount off of the list price. I'll see you over there. God bless.